Hi everyone, it's Ryan here from smartsportstrader.com, and in today's video we're going to look at how to make a profit from betting and trading on this year's World Cup. So the first strategy I wanted to talk about is reacting to live information that impacts future market. So yesterday's game between Qatar and Ecuador is a really good example of the strategy that I'm talking about. So Qatar was something of an unknown quantity coming into this tournament, and the market didn't really know how to price them properly. You had Ecuador earlier on in the week were 2.5, and by the time the game started they were around 2.3, so they'd already seen a little bit of backing. But then after about 10 minutes of the game, with Ecuador pretty much dominating every aspect, they've been backed right into 1.9, which is, that's a significant move, and it's not one that you would see in like the Premier League or other major leagues. Because it's tournament football, you can see these bigger shifts happening in the odds. Whilst Qatar and Ecuador were playing, I brought up odds for Qatar's next game against Senegal. So the odds for Senegal in this game were 2.25. And Senegal are rated as a better team than Ecuador in the outright markets. They were a shorter price to back, and I think that Sadio Mane was also due to be back for that second game. So, you had odds of 2.25 on a team that were better than Ecuador, and then within the first 10 minutes of the Ecuador-Qatar game, the market had realised, that Ecuador were way too big and should have been shorter. So it was clear to me that that was a massive value bet, and I managed to get £200 down on a bookmaker that still lets me bet with them. And also I tried to get as much money down as I could on the betting exchanges at odds of above 2. So by the end of the game, the odds on Senegal had been backed right into around 1.7 with most bookmakers. So I was left with a really nice value bet with FitStairs, or one bookmaker that will let me bet with them, at 2.25. And then on the betting exchange, I just closed my position. I laid Senegal, and I have a £50 profit no matter what. So that was, £50 profit for basically 10 minutes work, 10 minutes of watching football and anticipating that, this is tournament football, odds can be wrong, and information that is happening live in front of you is going to affect future markets. So it doesn't just have to be, obviously, like the lower teams, lesser known teams that are an unknown quantity. There'll be other things which will affect future markets, such as injuries to key players, poor performances. Let's say England beat Iran 5-0 today, fingers crossed. It's likely that Iran's odds are going to change for the next games against Wales and the United States. So if you're aware of these things, you can use them to make a profit. Alright, so the next strategy that I want to talk about, and it's one that I've talked about on this channel before, and that's match betting. So during the World Cup, there's a lot of enhanced sign-up offers that are worth taking advantage of, and I've also noticed quite a few new bookmakers popping up. So I've been kind of betting and trading for around 10 years now, and like I said before, limited and banned from a lot of places. But yesterday I had a look around and still found £100 in free bets that I'd not taken advantage of. So there was FitStairs, which was bet 30 get 30. And then there was a company called Britain Bet, again that was bet 30 get 30. And then there was a company oddly named Jeff Bet, and they were also offering £30 in free bets. And then I found £10 in free bets from a company called Ava Bet. So like I say, even for people that have been doing this a long time, if you have a look around, there are still some decent sign-up offers available and some very easy money to make. So if you don't know what match betting is, then I have a guide on my website, smartsportstrader.com, and I'll link that in the description. But match betting, it's very simple, it's an easy process, it's taking advantage of free bets and basically covering all the outcomes to guarantee yourself a profit. So if you're not doing it, it's well worth looking at. Okay, so moving on to the third strategy, and the third strategy is to take advantage of the amount of bookmaker boosts that there are at the moment. So I've talked a little bit about value betting on this channel before, and value betting is a proven way of profiting from sports betting. Basically, if you're consistently getting odds which are much greater than sharp bookmakers or much better than the Betfair lay odds, then you're going to make money in the long term. And like I say, this is a proven strategy. There's loads of data to back it up. And at the moment, with the World Cup being on, there are a ton of boosts as well. I use Odds Monkey to keep track of the boosts. So in the Odds Monkey forum, they have a boosts area where people will put up whenever a boost is boosted over the betting exchange price. So if it's better than Smarkets, Matchbook, or Betfair, that's a good indication that it's value. And if you don't fancy just betting them as well, you can actually use them for arbitrage purposes as well, which means you can back at the bookmaker and lay at the exchange and guarantee yourself a profit due to the price difference. So yeah, bookmaker boosts during the World Cup. They're massive. Every single day prices are being boosted, and it's a very easy way to make some extra money from this year's World Cup. Alright, that brings us to the end of this video. If you found it beneficial, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, as that would help me out. And if you want to get involved in match betting and value betting, I'll put a link to the software that I use, which is Odds Monkey. Now you can get a free trial of that, so yeah, it's worth having a look and just seeing if it's for you. Personally, I think there's a lot of value to be had using their software, and it's pretty cheap. It's like £20 a month. And also during this World Cup, I'll be doing some live trading. So if you'd like to see some kind of live trading videos and look at the strategies that I'm using, comment in the comment section, and then I know that there's interest for it. Thank you for watching. See ya.